you see me. I'm getting greedy, I blow the whole budget on me, that's on me, I'm conceited. Treaty, nah, that ain't how we treat it. This right here sound like a three-peat. I put the in it sound like I'm knee deep, I'm like, oh, you too needy. Me and HB going Juvie and BG, they gotta put my face on no box of Wheaties. I'm praying for whoever think they compete. Salute when you see me. That's all he ever, so that's how you greet me. I'm going TM 101 cheesy, and plus they got D2 on repeat. I'm with the love of my life for like 3 weeks, cause that's all I needed. She wanna go on a trip and retreat, but I'm sorry, I never retreated. I set the bar so high that you might as well leave it. I'm going undefeated, I broken the system, had to breach it, that's mission impossible, mission completed.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Washington football team. With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Giants are on the board here first in the season opener. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. He's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Mayfield now. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Dexter Lawrence able to get him for a loss of about 3. Second and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Mariota. And his pass incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Second and goal from the 6 this time. It's Washington that scoops it up. And that one coming on his opening carry of the season. Do you give him a mulligan?
You would like to, but this game counts. If this were preseason, he'd get a mulligan. But this is for real, so not expecting that at all. Got to find a way to take care of it. I'm sure he'll get other opportunities.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
Here they come, second and 10 now from the 10. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Now a play fake here on first down. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. A great play there. Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Here's Gibson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On second down, a run with Gibson. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, He is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat, in every meeting with reporters. This week, he kind of said, I've had enough, and I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. It'll be a 45-yard punt, and couple that with a loss on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Throwing, Mayfield.
Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Washington on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Mayfield. Got a man. It's Diaby Brown, complete.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. All told, it's a loss of 8 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. Now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game.
And the Giants are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
3 receivers head out right, 1 to the left on 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Flushed out right. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you get a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. Mariota's throw into the hands of McLaurin. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. But he will not get away. He stopped short of the marker. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Wide open receiver complete. Oh, the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
Out Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A give to Gibson running right. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. This defense going to bring out a couple extra DBs here on 3rd and a yard. And some room to work. And he will finally be taken down at the Giants' 32-yard line. 76 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. This one left side caught by Gibson. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
A handoff for Gibson. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. To throw, Mayfield. It's complete to Brown, right side. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
They should have put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They're indeed going. It's Mariota. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the 3rd quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Stephon Diggs. 41 yards. And Washington able to cut into that deficit. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Second and 10. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it.
Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Gibson to start the drive. It's a 1st down and more for Gibson. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 103 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Mayfield. Going for the deep ball. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. A huge play there for Washington. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Mayfield to throw it. Flush to his right. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. And Hopkins' kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. They'll look to throw now on first down. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Again, he'll drop to throw. To Barkley on the check down. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's get off the field, G. Let's get off the field, G. Check point, watch the slip, watch the slip. Drop deep, drop deep. Check point, You got nothing today. You got nothing. Check point,
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw again. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Touchdown. A great play there. 26 yards.
And the Giants are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. To throw is Mariota. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. They go play action. Mayfield. Going deep for Diggs. And Mayfield again with the interception. His 3rd. Picked off at the 23. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. But just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception. And this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Finds his tight end Ingram. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Azeez Ojulari. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. A give running right, Gibson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. This one incomplete, and another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the fourth quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to let it go again. He's got him in. Complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. 83 yards. And the Giants have got it on cruise control. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this
this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Mayfield looks to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
They'll look to throw again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
He's coming. Double up, double up.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Has a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to
do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He'll look to throw. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Desperation time. Mayfield on fourth down. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
On first and 10, it's Gibson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. High throw, but the catch is made. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. On first down, Gibson takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Throwing on second and 3. Mariota. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today. A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got...
And when he has tried me, I shall come forth as pure gold. Have you been tried in the fire?